I actually need to pause the music that I have. Wait, 1 second. I just have my like morning ambiance jazz on because it is clearly early in the morning based on what I look like right now. Yikes. I am kind of off. I feel like I got up early, but it feels like time has been flying this morning and I'm not exactly sure why. I have felt quite tired, to be entirely honest. Also not sure why. It did take me quite a while to fall asleep last night, but it's whatever. We are going to have a great day today anyways. So I am just sitting here and kind of getting a start to my day. I am looking at my to-do list and it's quite full, but one of my goals, because we are in a new month, which is really exciting, and one of my goals for the month is to make sure that my to-do lists aren't too overwhelming, because I would always have like 30 things on my to-do list, and obviously that's way too much to do in one day, so then things would always move around. So I'm kind of setting myself a limit of what things I can plan for the day, and so far we are literally only one day into the month, but yesterday it actually worked out really well. I got to pretty much everything, but right now my limit is 20 things, which still sometimes means that things will move around, but I kind of went back and looked at what I usually am able to accomplish on most days, and around 20 is like a really good day. So next month I will try and kind of lower it a little bit. I just feel like I'm basically setting myself up for failure a lot of days, and I want to try and stop that. And like if I do end up doing additional things, that's awesome, but if I don't want to be like stressing about it, I guess. It made sense to me. Anyways, I am probably going to take a little bit of time the next half hour to do some coloring, because I actually filmed a little like winter night routine vlog the other day, and in there I started coloring again, and I actually put all the stuff in this basket, which has been so helpful because then I'll like bring it upstairs and downstairs, basically wherever I am. But I have been coloring this one page in my Wizard of Oz coloring book, and I am just having a lot of fun with it. I've been coloring these hot air balloons, and I love hot air balloons, so I want to continue with this. I love coloring, and I was really into it a while ago, but then I kind of realize now, I thought it was I didn't have good markers, and that's part of it, because the markers will dry out and then I find that very frustrating. But also I'm not very good at coloring inside the lines. I don't know what it is, but whatever. I still am having a really fun time with it. The kind of coloring books that I like are the ones that are basically for children, because they have really big spaces, and the other ones just stress me out. So yeah, I am back in my coloring phase. I was for a while just doing it on apps, and I do enjoy a good coloring app, but it's also kind of fun to just do it. Like, I find myself wanting to reach for this. Before I start coloring, actually, I need to let you know what audiobook I'm going to be listening to while I'm doing this. So I am currently listening to, let me pull it up here, Technically Yours by Denise Williams, and I started it when I was filming that one vlog, actually, that night routine, and I am actually pretty close to being done with it. I would say I'm like 2/3 of the way through, and I am quite enjoying it. It's in like the tech industry, and it's kind of a second chance romance between two characters who didn't quite get together, but they really like each other, and yeah, it's quite interesting, definitely very steamy at times, and I'm having a fun time with it, so I'm going to listen to that while I color more of my hot air balloons.
There is a life I lead in this city, hurrying to cut my teeth. I can take what I need to get by, it doesn't make it easy. The other piece of my heart moves slow, somewhere in the great unknown. When I return from the afterglow, will you carry me like I am whole again? Wait, hold on, put me together, take me back where I belong. I want it all, I had a feeling, but the feeling is all gone. Wait, hold on, together, take me back where I belong. I want it all, I had a feeling, but the feeling is all gone.
I thought we could chat for a bit while I get ready for the day. I'm not doing very much makeup wise. I just have some meetings today, so I put on a little bit of makeup when I have meetings usually, definitely not all the time, but I also am planning on filming today because it is a filming day. I spent my morning coloring, which was really nice. I did have a hard time putting it down because I wanted to just start a new picture after I finished the current one, which does look really lovely, but I then just want to start a new one because, I don't know, I think it's something with my medication, because essentially my ADHD medication, I finally got a new psychiatrist and we're like trying different doses because I was finding that the dose that I was on before wasn't working, and now I feel like this dose might be working a little too well, because it doesn't happen all the time, but sometimes I find it like legitimately impossible to pull myself away from things, and that's definitely something that I have already struggled with, but like this is like to an extreme where I literally am just sitting there and I'm like, I have so many things to do and so many things that I'd rather be doing, but I just can't get myself to stop. And it's just this really frustrating thing, but it's not all the time. So I don't know, it's really weird. I definitely need to talk to them about that when I have my next appointment, which is in a couple of weeks, so that's good at least. But I take my medication at 8 every morning, so I had taken it right before I was going to start coloring, and then I just think I got totally like in a loop there where I was like, I don't want to stop doing this, but I did get myself to stop doing it, which is good. So we are celebrating that small win here, honestly. I do like to try and like kind of do something for myself in the morning, so then I don't get totally sucked into doing work right away. I like to kind of try and take that time for myself, so it was a nice way to start my day. I haven't really done that before. I've started to like sometimes crochet in the morning, but I feel like coloring is a nice thing to do because it's really like mindless and easy, and I also like to take the time to listen to my audiobook in the morning, and that definitely lets me do that. I haven't finished with Technically Yours, but I am close to finishing with it, and then I also took some time to listen to the self-help book that I'm reading. I use air quotes because it's actually more of a finance book, but one of my goals for this year, as you guys know, is to gain control over my finances. So I heard about this book through a podcast that I really like, the Sad to Savage podcast, and the author was a guest recently, and I just got the book immediately, and it's Deeper Than Money by Chloe Elise. So I'm not very far into it, but one of my goals for this month was to read that book. I felt like it might help me. I don't know, we'll see. It can't hurt. I've never read a finance book before, but we'll find out. I was going to do a whole video of like resetting and everything for February because we are in a new month, which is really exciting. But I kind of filmed some clips for it, and then I ended up just scrapping it because honestly, like, so much of it was me trying to figure out what the heck I wanted to do to reset, because it was kind of the first time with the new system. So if you would like that, then next month I can do that. But I did really enjoy the process of resetting, and I feel like I have fully figured out my goals. And I also made super cute like monthly spread pages for my reflection and then my goal page. It's essentially themed to whatever's happening that month. So this month is themed to Valentine's Day, and I just think it is so freaking cute. I'm so happy with how it turned out, but I feel like I have a really good list of goals. It's like a solid list where I don't feel overwhelmed by it, and it feels like things that I genuinely really do want to work on and work towards, and that's just really nice. I did my typical kind of face makeup, but I do kind of want to do something on my eyes today. I don't know, I'm feeling a little bit fun. And by fun, I mean I'm just going to use this like duochrome liquid eyeshadow because I'm also feeling a little bit lazy. I was kind of running into the same thing though with setting my goals that I ran into with my yearly goals, where I was like, some of these seem different than others. Like I wasn't exactly sure how to categorize them because there were kind of different levels to the goals almost. Like some of them were more wish list things, and then some of them were like definite things that I was wanting to do. So I ended up kind of splitting it up into like a monthly to-dos and then monthly goals, which are all on the same page, but it's essentially so then I don't like open up that page and I have such a giant list of goals that it literally just means nothing to me. Like there's so many things on there that it just all blends together. So I feel like I did kind of figure out a way to do that. And I feel really excited about it because the system that I set up in January definitely worked so well. I have not stuck with something for as long as I've done this. And I know that it's only been a month, but even the fact that it's been a month is wild for me because I have no self-discipline, like whatsoever. No, I'm not gonna claim that energy. I do have self-discipline. I am so easily disciplined, but I don't know. It's something about the way that I set things up has worked so well. So I would probably like to do a video for you guys on that because I would love to share it with you guys. Like honestly, I'm in the mindset right now where I am only making content that obviously I want to make, and specifically a lot of that content has been things that I want to make because I think it might help like even one person out there. And that sounds really cliche, but honestly if it does, like I will just be over the moon thrilled because that is all that I want to do. Like I want to make content that is going to make people happy. I want to be able to be my authentic self and just enjoy the videos that I'm making. And honestly, one of my favorite things about this past month has been making videos and the videos that I'm making. I have just been so thrilled about it. So I hope you guys are enjoying it too. I know definitely a lot of it is a major departure from what you're used to, but I hope that's okay with you guys. Honestly, like I started this channel, I'm now 28 and I started it when I was 17, 18. So obviously I've changed a lot as a person in that time period. And I think that this change was not only overdue, but it's very welcome. It's basically just adding like different parts of myself to my channel. And I don't know, I've just been really enjoying that. So yeah, that's been really nice. I feel like I kind of had more of a point there, but I kind of lost it a little bit. So it is what it is, but I'm going to finish up with getting ready and then start work. Today has been a major procrastination day. I got like a really big task done that ended up taking quite a bit of time, and then everything else I've just been kind of like dilly-dallying and doing all of the little other things that don't really need to be done right now. I've been doing them instead of doing the actual thing that I need to do, so then I can tell myself, oh, you're not procrastinating, but like I totally am. I like definitely am not doing what I need to do. So because of that, I haven't gotten very much off of my to-do list, and it is quite late in the day. So to kind of combat that and trick myself into feeling like I haven't wasted the day, and I don't want to say wasted the day, but you know what I mean. Basically, I'm going to say here, and I'm going to just hammer out a couple of really quick, easy things that do actually need to get done. I'm going to finish those so then I can kind of build some more momentum. So I'm gonna say here, I'm going to watch some YouTube and just get that done. So it's the next day. I stopped filming yesterday because my fiance ended up coming home and I wasn't expecting that. So we had a really nice night together, but I did end up getting all the things done yesterday that I needed to, so that's good. But today is a Saturday, so it is a day entirely for me. It's actually later than it usually would be. I don't even know what time it is. I think I'm sitting on my phone. Yes, I am. It's almost 11, so I'm actually going to go upstairs and get dressed, but I always like to take my weekends kind of slow. Sometimes I will have work to do, but I have been really caught up with things, so I'm feeling like I can take that time. And I basically have my to-do list as like just a few things that I need to do, and other than that, I kind of just go with the flow and do whatever I want. So this morning I have been working on my embroidery kit again. I finished with all of my French knots, and then I also did the satin stitch for the little like checkers, which I love. That's one of my favorite parts of it. I think next I might try and learn the last stitch that I need to learn, which is for the leaves. It's a fishbone stitch, I believe, but I'm really happy with this. So I think I'm probably done with that for today. We'll see, I don't really know. But otherwise, I am just watching the latest episode of Drag Race. It comes out on Friday nights, but I'm always in bed by the time it comes out. So I always kind of take a Saturday morning to watch it. I might do a little bit of coloring maybe. I don't know, we're just gonna kind of go with the flow. I love having these days where I'm not really following a to-do list. I still have things that I need to do for like my weekly routine, but I have a lot more freedom, which is nice. Bouncing around between tasks today, but right now I'm doing something that is a little bit more like work oriented. Basically, I want to start like posting short form content more, and I have just been kind of filming some, but I'm trying to figure out how to incorporate kind of the new way that my content has been going into shorts, and I'm just not 100% sure yet. I did post one, so I feel really good about that, but yeah, it's at least a start. Like, I got a few filmed, which is good, but I actually didn't even tell you, I finished a book this morning. So I finished with reading Technically Yours by Denise Williams, which I started reading this in my cozy night routine vlog, and I did really like this. It was very, very cute. I do need to pick something else to read though, and I don't know what. I'm definitely in like a romance mood, but now I've read 2 in a row, so I don't know if I want to read another one. Other than that, I am still listening to Deeper Than Money by Chloe Elise, so going through that one for my self-help read. But I think I'm gonna go downstairs and kind of cozy up on the couch. I've been working on revamping some Notion pages that have been bugging me, and I just haven't gotten the chance to really touch them because I know that once I start, I get super sucked into it, but that's why I was like, this is a good weekend task, so I might continue doing that. I don't really know. I think I'm gonna color some more because that has been very enjoyable for me lately. Honestly, I picked it up in, when was it? Was it the nighttime routine? Yeah, the nighttime routine vlog again. I started coloring again, and I have been doing it ever since. Really been loving it. So I finished with the picture that I had started in there, and now I've started on this new Alice in Wonderland one. I do like this coloring book. It's really cute. So far, I am very pleased with it. I'm just not very good. Like, I can't color in the lines, so apparently I failed kindergarten. I didn't actually, but I accidentally went over the white with the blue because I was just in a groove, but it's fine. While I'm doing this, actually, I thought that we could maybe talk about my February goals, because I was mentioning how shorts are one of my goals and getting into posting more of those, but I definitely have more goals than just that, and I'm very excited about them, so I wanted to share them with you. I actually was going to talk about this when I was doing my makeup yesterday, but then I lost my train of thought, and then I realized that this was what I was going to talk about. I think I showed you yesterday my goals page on Notion. I went through all of my yearly goals, like my macro goals, and was trying to come up with something for each of those goals that I could do within the month, and some of them I have things, some of them I don't, but some of them are also bigger than others, so like, it is what it is. I think I showed you my little February goals page yesterday in Notion, but I also have, I don't think I showed you this, and sorry if I did, my monthly reflection page, which is also super cute. They just make me happy. But today we are focusing on goals. So I don't even know how many goals I have, to be honest, because some of them are more like wish list things or more to-dos, and some of them are actual goals, if that makes sense. It makes sense in my head, but last month I actually did really well. There was just a couple of areas that I struggled with, namely health and fitness was where I really struggled, but I ended up excelling in other areas that I wasn't expecting to, like learning something new in hobbies. Didn't expect to really go off that hard on that. So it is what it is, but now I am, you know, taking the steps to catch up on those things that I maybe didn't do as well last month. So once again, I want to read 2 self-help books this month and read 5 physical books. I was taking into account that it's a shorter month this month, but I still feel like that will be a challenge since last month I don't want to say I struggled, but I like literally just made those goals, didn't do any more or any less. So I would like to try and challenge myself to really keep up with it. And it's really coming down to like, there's certain things that I'll do to procrastinate and kind of waste time. And I'm like, okay, if I'm doing that, I should listen to an audiobook at least while I'm doing it. So I'm trying to encourage myself to do that more. I want to hopefully finish my embroidery. This is kind of definitely a wish list thing, because if I don't, it's not the end of the world by any means, but I've been making really good progress with that, so that would be nice. One of the interesting ones is keeping my daily to-do list to 15 to 20 items, because usually I'll have a million things on there. So this has been very interesting, and it doesn't mean that like I can't do additional things, but basically the day before I can only have maximum 20 things planned, which is still a lot, but at least like it's kind of, you know, I'm getting down there. So I will make it less next month, probably. We'll we'll see how this month goes. Then I have meal prepping each week, which I have been good with so far, sticking to the routine that I have, completing my Notion budget page. I was actually working on that earlier, so I'm going to open that back up again once I've had some kind of coloring time. Archer, I'll take you on in a second. I also have the goal of posting 10 videos in addition to posting the 3 weekly shorts. So I have been doing really well with that. Part of that, actually, I think I put it as a separate goal now, but it is to get ahead on videos. I would really like to be ahead on things, so working on that. Then I started last month a deep clean of the house, so that I would like to finish, and I also would like to start another declutter, just like a winter declutter, because I have too much crap and can definitely get rid of things. I would like to reach inbox 0 because last March, so it's almost been a year now, I kind of just stopped paying attention to my inbox, which is really, really bad. So I need to kind of get out of that and actually make an effort every day. So we're gonna get there. I would like to hopefully work out 3 times weekly for just 10 minutes. Honestly, that's all I'm asking of myself. I really want to do it. And then I would like to complete the graphic design Skillshare course that I have been taking. And I think that's it. Yeah, so that is everything. I kind of did them out of order. That's why I wasn't sure. But it seems like a lot, but the nice thing is, like, I am doing little things every day in order to get to those goals. So it's not really overwhelming. Actually, I just realized I have some of them in a separate thing. Okay, yes, these other ones are definitely wish list things. So I would like to look into possibly selling Notion templates. I'm not entirely sure yet. I would like to read Deep Money, which I'm currently doing. So that's great. And then I would also like to take a Skillshare course on watercolor painting. So that will probably be my kind of next thing that I pick up after finishing the embroidery. But yeah, I feel really good about what I'm doing. I have like new habits that I would like to focus on. I'm just really happy with this whole like database that I have built out for goal planning. It's very great. But now I'm going to take the dogs out and then I will actually get back to my coloring. Good morning again. It's a new day. Once again, my fiance unexpectedly came home early, so I kind of ended up stopping with vlogging, but honestly, I didn't do all that much that was exciting. And this morning, I've just been sitting here and working on one of the Notion pages that I really had wanted to update. Yesterday, I spent a lot of time looking for budget trackers and I ended up getting one on Etsy. So I need to like kind of input my information. It was just too complicated for me to actually do myself, but I did work on my content planner page. So this page has stayed pretty the same since I started using Notion, but I just kind of like tweaked it and put my schedule here and everything and linked my goals back here, including my monthly goals, like project trackers, all my branding stuff. Then we have shorts, and then I started putting like the music and everything in here and then built it out to separate pages as well. And I made some separate pages this morning for like, this is where I plan all my videos. It's super, super helpful. But basically I just have kind of like a bank that I will drag things from. So I was doing it with the gallery, which I think I still probably will, but I also wanted to have a list option so then I can see more while I'm planning. But I'm very happy with how all of this turned out. And honestly, like all of these pages are new. The brainstorm page is new, the filming schedule, posting schedule. I just decided to build things out on separate pages too, just in case I wanted a more like streamlined look so then I didn't get distracted. But yeah, so that has been my morning. I feel like with weekends, I need to try and work on finding more balance because a lot of times on the weekends, I just kind of throw everything out the window and I don't want it to be like that. Like I definitely want to give myself grace and let myself enjoy the time on the weekends without a clear schedule or anything like that, but there are still things that I would like to do. So I kind of need to figure out a way to keep up with my habits and keep up with all of those little things without it, I don't know, like totally taking over everything. It's a work in progress. And I still just feel so guilty when I take those times for myself and like don't have a schedule. And I don't know how to get myself out of that mindset, but I just feel bad. Like, I've been spending a lot of time on Notion pages because I know that it's always like quite a bit of work on the front end, but then afterwards it's pretty much set up, and the only thing that you really do is like when they add new features, you can add those things. And sometimes I'll just like revamp how they look because I want it to look different. But I don't know, it's something productive that I'm doing, but I still feel so guilty. And like yesterday I ended up getting quite sucked into coloring, and then I felt guilty about that. And I'm like, why can't I just like let myself relax and enjoy things? Because it's like at one moment I am relaxed and just like, this is great. But then at the next moment I'm like, there's so many things that I could be doing. And I'm like, just chill, like just relax. But I think a big part of it is my ADHD medication. We've been working on the dosage for it, and I think that it's too high right now. I have an appointment in a couple of weeks, but I will just get like super sucked into everything and hyperfixate on everything. And I've struggled with that before. That's definitely not like a new issue, but it feels different now, where it's like I used to have it more so with certain things, but now it's with a lot more things. I don't know. It's just, I need to talk to my doctor about that. But yeah, I actually have a little like winter video that I'm going to be filming today. So I'm actually going to end this vlog here, but I hope that you guys enjoyed it. Thank you so much for hanging out with me, and I will see you in another new video very soon. Bye.